Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Shalom, shalom, shalom. And shalom means peace. It means God's peace in particular. So, shalom. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a peaceful Tuesday morning. Center your life around peace. Run after it and guard it, protect it. So, hey, Joshy Poo. Happy Tuesday. Shalom. Thanks for showing up, Josh. So first place, Josh. You're the winner. So I think that this conversation, to be honest, would have been better if I did it later on in the day. Because there would be more people and more interaction. And maybe I could get somebody to hop on my panel. However, my sister's here and she is working. And later on today, we're probably going to go take a walk. And, my sister and I, we catch up. We have a really, really good time. We laugh a lot. I thought I was going to have a conversation with her in front of you guys just to see all the silly stuff we talk about and all to the depth that we go to. My sister's my best friend, my absolute best friend. My twin, she's a year younger than me, but she acts like the older sister. Anyways, hi Larry, thank you for listening. I know that you're at work, but you know what? You're a guy. So I actually, when I talk about this, Larry, if you're busy, it's okay. But if you can chime in, that would really, really help because um, I'm going to just talk. I'm gonna try not to ramble, but I might. But I'm gonna try to keep this live pretty meaty. But so anyways, I titled this live When I Was Shrinking. And the reason why I even went live is because I was watching something on YouTube. And it was so it's I don't it's these people, it's like a live podcast, I would kind of say. I actually forget what it's called. I think it's called Open Conversations, but it deals a lot with it's about relationships. It's about relationships between men and women. It's about dating, it's about sex, it's about marriage, it's about children, it's about respect, it's about honor, it's about disrespect, it's about God, it's about um no God. It's just they cover the gambit of all things when it comes to a relationship, right? And I like them because they're very fair to both men and women. And I think that and they're an all black cast and the audience are majority black too. I forgot why I even mentioned that. But anyways, um so maybe that's like one of the draws that I have towards them. But I mentioned it because like and I always tell um the men that I know in social media, I always tell them and I'm just being real. Like it's not me being like a pick me or being anti-female. I'm definitely pro woman. I'm definitely pro black woman, right? Um I feel like, like the Derek Jacksons, I feel like a lot of these relationship coaches, they make a lot of money off of black women because they tell black women what we want to hear what we need to hear sometimes, but the real driving force behind there. Hey, Janice. The real driving force behind, shalom, Janice. Happy Tuesday. Good morning. The real driving force behind their advice is money, um, which Black women we part with very, very quickly, especially when it comes to relationships, right? And to relationship advice. I think this is for all women, like to all women, we don't really want to hear the truth or be confronted with the truth. But when we are, it allows us to look in the mirror and to adjust things, or we might be stupid and not adjust things. But Derek Jackson is just one example, but there are a lot of like relationship coaches out there, and it's just easy to profit off of Black women, um I've noticed on Instagram, like when men on Instagram parody Black women, it's always like the ghetto Black woman with the baby daddies, and she can't talk properly, and she's never really done anything besides have babies and wear different color wigs. And I've noticed that um once you're a Black man and you start to um emulate, cosplay that type of Black women, you get followers so quickly. You reach your I mean, most of these men have over 1 million followers. Um, it's just you make money from it. So, anyways, I just posted something. And I decided, let me just go live about it this morning because I'm going to be spending the evening with my sister. Um, and right now, I don't think she really wants to be interviewed or anything. We talk about some personal things, so that might not work out. So, anyways, I was watching a short because they have a lot of shorts. And they have a lot of people on the panel, including Iyanla Van Zant. She's on the panel too. And I'm kind of, I've met Iyanla in real life. I've met her. And she's very, very sweet. Very, very sweet. She, I do like, because I am more traditional, I do like that when it comes to Black men, she is um when it comes to Black men, she is someone who fights for them to be honored, to be respected, to be understood for what they go through on a daily basis, or um having to show up and not really being um properly um taken care of sometimes. I just went on the show. There's just this one lady. Good morning, Krishna. Namaste. Shalom. Happy Tuesday. Good morning. I think it's evening for you. Um, Iyanla has a lot of advice, but on the show, there's this one lady, and I posted her a lot. I really, really love her because she's married and she's made a lot of mistakes. She talks about her mistakes, but more she talks about she more talks about improving your relationship, or if a relationship is dead, why are you dragging it around? Anyways, this morning I watched a couple of shorts. Then I got to a short that said, where this guy comes to the microphone and he admits that he's been cheating on his wife, and that he's cheated on his wife with multiple women, and he wanted advice on how to go about not doing that and to keep his marriage, right? Before he says he cheated on his wife, he says, "My wife is a doctor. She's a great doctor, and I've been cheating on her." Why, you guys? Why do you guys think? Okay. I'm going to break down. I'm going to give you a synopsis. I'm going to break it down. But why do you guys think the first thing that that man said is, "My wife's a doctor"? When I'm going to get to the shrinking part. When it comes to men, right? If you've ever been out with a guy friend, your boyfriend, your husband, and men are talking business, right? And they're talking about their careers, how much money they make, how good they're doing, the money being made for them, what they have to do, how much free time that they have to do. We're grown here. I feel like when it comes to careers, men, this is how I put it. Men, it's like they take out their thing, their things, and they want to compare and see which one is bigger. That's how I compare it to. That's how I've always compared it to. It's like, all right, let's see who's got the bigger thing, right? Quotations thing. We're grown. We know what's in the saying, right? Y'all know what I'm saying. Um, and that's perfectly acceptable because in a man's world, men having to be the provider, want to show how they can provide, right? And for me, well, okay, Houston is an interesting place, right? We have a million hospitals in Houston, a million. And even though I'm over exaggerating, I mean, there's this place called the Medical Center. It's got so many hospitals back to back to back to back to back to front to back to back. So many hospitals in Houston. So meeting somebody who works in the health field is super easy. Um, if I can just say it, everybody makes a lot of money. Like in Houston, everybody makes a lot of money. Especially if you're in the health field, but also a lot of Houstons are foodies. So if you are a chef or like a waiter or something like that, you can make a lot of money too. It just is what it is. So I usually, if I am dating someone, they make at least as much or close to what I make or more or more or more. And there have been instances where I have made more and I felt like the person that I was talking to needed to go out of their way to humble me, needed to go out of their way to I have to watch how I word things. Definitely go out their way to humble me, needed to go out of their way to scratch away, chip away at my confidence. Didn't work, but I see it for what it was. Um, a lot of times I felt like they felt like we had to compare things. I don't have one to compare with you. Like, like I don't have one to compare with you, you know? The trolls would probably say different, right? Let's acknowledge the trolls because let me just get in one for them. I don't have a thing to compare with you. So we can't have that conversation. And so in the past, like when I've been asked like what is your career? It's like nursing, but blah blah blah, go to something different because it's like if you're a woman and you're making a certain amount of money and the person that you're with is not making close to what you're making. And let me just tell you, I went into nursing to save lives. Okay. I'm a nurse. I went into nursing to save lives. I'm a psych nurse. I have to convince people that what they are seeing is not real. I have to convince people that I'm not God or I'm not the devil. I have to convince people that they are worth being around, that they are worth being alive, that they have something to offer to the world. Um, I've had to save lives. I've had to use people's kids against them, their family against them, their dog against them. It is very, very mentally draining, right? And then as someone who um who is a survivor of, I hate to say sexual assault because I really want to call it what it was because he YouTube, and then someone who deals with anxiety as well, I can kind of relate to some kind of things, but my job is to keep people alive. My job is to keep people from wanting to exit this world because of everything that they got going on. And my job is to make sure when that person discharges, they don't go out and do it because they're finally out of the hospital, right? So it's a lot of mental gymnastics to my job. And it's very frustrating sometimes because you can have a conversation and that person's on the right track and then they start thinking about things the next day or whatever and you come back, maybe I come back in 3 days, we get days off, they give us off days, and that person might still feel like they're feeling, and then you have to have another conversation. Hey Vaughn, shalom Vaughn, happy happy Tuesday, good to see you. um and so in the past, it's like I don't talk about those things because, and then I do hear a lot about, I do hear a lot about, um, like men. But what I was saying is, I'm a nurse, right? I went to nursing school. Anybody who's been to nursing school knows that you have a mental breakdown like 90 times going to nursing school. It is very, very hard. And let me tell you something. Nursing school, like we had our like women's health class, our going through women's health for labor and delivery and mother baby. I was like, oh, okay. Even though I don't have kids, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a piece of cake. Like I'm a straight A. Like, okay, women, we have periods. If we don't, we're pregnant. If we're pregnant, it's 9 months, 10 months. After that, the baby comes out. Then you take care of the baby and you make sure the baby. And I was like, okay, yeah, this is gonna be easy. Y'all, that was probably the hardest class besides my dimensional analysis class because it was math, it was hard math, and me and math are not friends. But I was like, this is going to be so easy. I didn't know, like, when you break down a woman having a cycle, like, when you break down a woman having, and all the complications that can arise, I was like, what is this? And then you got to know, like, some of the complications, like, are similar to each other in progression, preeclampsia. You got to know all the symptoms, the medications. If a woman is in labor but the baby's not coming down, let me tell you guys something. I had to say the most embarrassing thing. This lady during my after we do the class, we go to the hospital and we do clinicals. We're not allowed to like do treatments or whatever, but we can definitely watch and um I would go and talk to the patients a lot of the time to kill time because they want you to they want you to be nurse minded and busy. And so like your whatchamacallit, your the teacher that you go with, they don't sit there and tell you what to do. You're supposed to just carpe diem. So I have to say, there's some one thing that you can do if you're like in labor, but the labor's not coming along quickly, and it's not having sex. It's a little bit more embarrassing than that. And I had in my teacher just that day, she was like, "Is she having trouble with labor?" And I was like, "Yeah, the labor's coming along pretty slow." And she's like, "Okay, go tell her to do this, or her husband can do it." And I was like, "Oh my gosh." And then I was like, I'm not going to do it. But then she followed me and she was outside the door. So I told them, and they both looked at me like, what kind of freak are you? Like, what is wrong with this nursing student? Oh my gosh. I'm not even going to repeat. It was so embarrassing. And then after she was like, okay, good job, good job. I'm like, yeah, good job, but I'm not going in there anymore because probably think I'm crazy. But nowadays I've heard women say that they do it. So, that was 15 years ago. So anyways, getting back to it, like when I would go out on dates and stuff, I would, and if that person wasn't in the medical field, I would shrink myself. I would shrink myself. I would not talk about my career. And I know that men don't really want to talk about careers with women. Um, and sometimes I feel like men, from what they say, from what I hear, like they don't really care what we do as a profession. They don't want to hear it. They feel like if a woman is making more than them, that's emasculating. Even though, I mean, you get paid for what you do. It's not like I had to fight another man to get my position, fight a man to get my position, or you know what I mean? I went to school and got a job and they paid me for my job. Um, but yeah, I felt like I've had to shrink myself a lot. And also I feel like if I felt like okay, so I definitely felt like men have tried to humble me, which I'm just like, you don't have to do that. I have the Lord, and I'm humble already. I'm not even going into my career. I'm just telling you I'm a nurse, and then that's it. I'm not going to talk about anything else. We can talk about other things. We can talk about your career ad nauseum because that would be a better date for some men, not all men, you guys, not all men, but um. And Larry, I don't know if you're still here, if you want to jump in or you have a different perspective. Um, but yeah, definitely when that guy said his wife was a doctor and he's been cheating on her, I definitely feel like in the past that me being a nurse and I'm passionate about it. I would like to talk about my passion about it, but when it comes to like dating, it's not something that I it's not something that I have talked about at length. I because and then you could even hear like the aloofness, like they're like, "Oh, you're a nurse. Oh, okay, 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 okay." And then, and once that comes out, I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, like this is probably not going to be good." I automatically am like, "Oh, so what do you do?" And you know, I show up as being like supportive, and I think that what you do is cool and everything. But yeah. Um, so now that I am doing my healing journey, right? Oh, and I will. You know what? I guess I will say this. I said it before. Urban tea. Okay, urban tea. Hold on a second. Sin. That's not what men say in the spaces I am in. They don't care about women making more than them nor their careers. It's women that use that as a control. That's what men don't like. Urban Tea. Haven't seen you in a while. If you are, see, that's why I need a man's perspective, right? Because despite what the troll says, say I'm not one. Urban, do you want to come up? Are you able to come up? If you're not able to come up, I'm going to just read your comments. Janice says, I personally feel others will cheat because it's a challenge or a desire. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with the other one being cheated on. What? Sometimes there's nothing wrong with the other one being cheated on? What does that mean, Janice? Janice says, my brothers are nurses and family. I wanted to, but I'm too highly sensitive and emotional towards other medical issues. You're going to cry. You're going to cry. And sometimes you cry in front of the patients. You don't want to, but if you're human and if you're a human being and you're a nurse or a doctor or anybody in the medical field and you lose somebody or somebody you're going to cry. I'm glad that Urban came in. I'll read that again. Sin, that's not what men say in the spaces I am in. They don't care about women making more money than them nor their careers. It's women that use that as a control. That's what men don't like. And the thing is, Urban is like, I don't use that as a control. Like I said, I've always shrunk. I've always like, oh well. Anyways, I guess I'm kind of making your point because you're saying that men don't like women to use their careers as a control. Um, so how would they use their careers as a control? Because me, I'm the type of person that's like, it doesn't matter. Like, do you know like the most romantic thing a man has ever done for me? Um, is like he knew I liked a specific song, and it's like I'm editing a video while listening. Give me a second. I come up. Okay. I'll come up. Okay. Okay. I'll continue to ramble and talk, and then when you come up, um you have the floor. You have the floor. Um yeah, despite that, like when I come, like obviously I am not dating now, and not in a relationship. I've been celibate. I am focused on my healing. I definitely feel like I've already said this. Like I want to be the feminine version of what I want or require in a man. I don't want to say, okay, well, you need to bring all of this to the table, but I don't bring the equivalent of that to the table. Um, but at the end of the day, like if I was in a relationship, I just, I actually like when I leave work, I'm done with work. Whatever I had to deal with, I don't talk about it because there's other aspects to my life. You know what I mean? And even with my friends, both of my best friends, one's a guy, one's a girl. They're both Geminis, and they're both nurses, and they're both night nurses. So like, and then I dated nurses guys who were night nurses, and that's pretty convenient. Oh, and I did want to say, I guess I can't really leave a trigger warning, but I did want to say, like, when it comes to humbling, like this one guy, um, and I have to blame myself being thirsty, right? Y'all, I'm gonna be real. Being thirsty, I was dating this guy, and we were like more like friends. We would have a really, really, really great time um talking about life and stuff. We would talk about life and stuff for hours. And I could talk to him every day and it would be something different. I think we talked about stuff, but I don't know if we encouraged each other a lot. And during that time, like I made more money than him, and so I paid for a lot of things. I paid for more things than he did, and at the end of the day, he ended up um he was very, very like trying to etch away at my confidence. He was very, very much so trying to humble me. And then he became abusive physically. Tried to break my finger, he busted my lip. And so that has also been like in the back of my head, like, you have to shrink so that, you're not with somebody who is abusive or they feel emasculated. I don't know how much Urban was listening, but I just want to get Urban's take on why this gentleman said that his wife is a doctor, why that was the first thing. And I guess Urban's going to say maybe his wife was using that as control over him. The thing is that we don't know what he did because in the short, and I posted it to my wall, but in the short, so this guy comes up and he goes, "My wife's a doctor and I've cheated on her multiple times and I want to, Janice, I got to go back and read your comment. And I want to get the marriage back." So the wife comes out, beautiful woman. And when the wife comes out, one of the girls was like, "Oh my," the lady that I like, was like, was talking to him. And like after he finished talking, like some guy who was, oh my gosh, good looking, some guy who was really, really good looking, went to the wife while the husband was there. Because they were like, if you don't change, you're gonna lose your wife, pretty much. I don't know. I don't know. The first part I was stuck on. But while they were there, like some man got up with his phone open and like gave it to the wife to put her phone number in it. Now, y'all, like I thought that was cute and everybody was like clapping and stuff like that and they hugged each other. The husband was like, "What was going on? What's going on?" And because the wife was giving that man attention, he walked off. Now, you're still married, so I don't know about getting another person's phone number while you're still married because I'm questioning the other person. Why do you want somebody who's in a relationship and in a relationship where she's being cheated on? To me, it's like you just want to do the same thing at this point. Like it's kind of goofy. It's kind of corny for you to ask a married woman for her phone number. She did give her phone number to this man in front of her husband. And I know that she's the one that's been cheated on. But y'all, two wrongs really don't make a right. It really doesn't. Like that was tacky to me. I'm not. I don't know. Like me personally, like I'm not. I don't have respect for. I don't have respect for a married man who. I don't have respect for married people. I just feel like if you're married, you're married. I don't. Don't want to be with a married man who's going through a divorce, who's going through a breakup, who's still with that person, but they're separating because y'all, they're still doing stuff. And you still have feelings for that person, even if it's anger, right? There's a thin line between love and hate. So you could be dating this guy and think this guy is into you, and he really just wants to be back with his wife. To be honest, sometimes guys they be dating you and be like, "Man, I wish I could be with my baby mama right now." What did you say, Janice? Janice said, like, if the wife got cheated on, sometimes it's not because she did something wrong for her man. Wrong. Her man did what he wanted to. I agree with that, Janice. I agree with that. But I still come back to the why did he have to say that she was a doctor? Like, why was that the first thing that he said? I feel like he should have said, I haven't been the best husband to my wife who doesn't deserve it. I don't know if she controls him or not, but me personally, like when I was going back to like the most romantic thing a guy has done for me is like he knew I liked a song and he was up early in the morning. This is back when I was in college. This is like my first love or whatever, my college sweetheart. Um and so anyways, on the weekends, of course, we would stay up and so it was like 3 o'clock in the morning, my song came up And he woke me up and he was like, "Babe, let's dance." And I was like, "What?" He was like, "Your song's on, let's dance." And I got up and him and I danced to my song, to my favorite song. Like, that's romantic to me. Like, that's so romantic to me. Like, what my favorite song is. And he just wanted to dance with me. And that's all he wanted at 3 o'clock in the morning was a dance. And in the morning, I was like, "Thank you so much. Thank you for dancing with me. Thank you for remembering my favorite song." I mean, he paid attention to what I liked, and he did such a romantic gesture, and it was free. I mean, we were in college and we were broken in love. What? You know what I'm saying? We were being supported by our family. We didn't have a job. We were studying, and he just did something romantic, and it was so sweet. It was so nice. I've had other romantic gestures that have been sweet and nice, but that one was nice because it didn't require anything. He just remembered what I liked, and we danced to my favorite song, and it was beautiful. All right, Urban's here, you guys. Good morning, Urban. You got the floor.
Hey, Cinder, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I went back and watched the short that you posted on your community wall just to
Hmm.
give a little context to the conversation this morning.
Okay.
Um, I got a lot of things I have to say about that clip. First part is
Hmm.
this: to be honest with you, I really don't trust tonight conversation
Okay.
because the
Okay.
reason why is because sometimes
Hmm.
they be having, like paid actors in the audience to
Hmm.
pretend that situations really are that they say they are, but they're really not. That's one
Ah.
thing though. And another
Okay.
thing too, if we
Uh-huh.
wanted to just go into the whole context of the clip and stuff, right? I was looking
Hmm.
at it and the first part of it was talking about the dude, and he was saying that he was I guess he was trying to win his wife back. He
Hmm.
mentioned that his wife was a doctor.
Yeah.
All right. And he also mentioned that he was cheating on his wife with, multiple women.
Hmm.
And preferably, his wife had mentioned that the women that he was cheating on was with white women. All right.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that she said that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I forgot she said that. Go ahead. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So the part that I want to add into the conversation is this.
Mhm.
Now,
Mhm.
I don't condone cheating. I don't believe in cheating at all. I believe the whole sanctity of marriage. If you say you're committed to one person in that marriage,
Mhm.
then you need to stay committed. That's regardless if you're a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, the only exception to the rule, if y'all make an agreement saying that y'all want to be in like a poly relationship or something like
Right.
that, then that's totally
Right.
different. You
Right.
know.
Right.
So, but with that being said, this is what I believe what happened. I believe
Okay.
what happened is that since his wife has his career of being a doctor, a medical
Mhm.
professional,
Mhm.
she didn't have a lot of time to spend with him. Okay.
Mm.
Due
Okay.
to that profession, right, she be spending up to about 16 hours or even more. She also be have to want you do call-ins depending on her level
Yep.
of a doctor. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So
Mhm.
therefore she don't have a lot of time to spend with her husband.
Mhm.
This would cause him to, as what men would say, exercise his options.
Mhm.
His particular options that, hey, since my wife is not there to, satisfy me the way that she need to, I'm just
Mhm.
gonna go out and find multiple women to do that for me, and that's what he did. He exercised his options. He did that. This also is no different from if you reverse the situation around. The
Uh-huh.
dude is a medical doctor, right? And the wife is sitting at home being lonely, and guess what? She'll
Or
be
can I just say, like, I have seen this a lot, or like if they're in the military and they're out to sea or out for a long time. But I have seen where the
mhm,
wife will cheat and stuff. Go ahead.
correct, correct.
Yeah.
So even in that situation, what they end up doing the same as that thing where they end up exercising their option. They're lonely and they want to feel human comfort. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? They want that intimacy since they're not getting it from the people that they're married to. So that's
Right.
why I believe that's what happened in that particular situation of that clip. Now
What was
the
the
let
context that made you feel that? Or do you feel like because he said his wife's a doctor, he was kind of implying, well, she doesn't have any time for me? Are you because like I work 12-hour shifts and
mm-hmm,
I work overtime sometimes, and when I was in a relationship, I was still, even though I wasn't married, I was still like cooking and doing, I was, if I signed up for overtime and my guy wanted to spend time, I would tell him, look, I can't come in. I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna, you know, my career is not gonna be more important to this person that I'm with. And so, what is it just like a man's knowing that saying that he said that to mean that she
Hmm.
doesn't have time for him? I don't know what he does for a living. He didn't say, but what context did you have for thinking he said that?
I'm judging it based on this normal human behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Um, Regardless of if it's a man or woman.
Okay.
If you're in a committed relationship, you want that quality time with that person. Period.
Right. Yeah.
So if you're not getting that quality time, then the people are not disciplined enough to be patient or to understand the outcome that they chose to be in. Right, then that's when they
Right.
start to exercise different options. Which
Hmm.
hence in this situation, that's what happened. This typically what happened, just like you mentioned earlier, even about the military. This typically what happens in these situations.
Right. Right. So, and then you said like men don't really care about women's careers.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so what do you mean by that?
So the average man, right? We
Hmm.
don't care about women careers. We don't care about women having degrees, or
Hmm.
nor we don't care about women making more money than us. You know what I'm saying? Even though we
But why do
prefer.
so many men say that? Or am I just watching the wrong things? Like so many men are just like, don't, it's emasculating or it's masculine for women to lead with what they do for a living. They don't really
Hmm.
want to sit there and listen to it. That's
And
what I've heard.
yeah,
So
correct.
yeah.
But what you're hearing is true.
Okay.
The reason why is because what you just said is because some women do
Hmm.
emasculate men based
Hmm.
on them being the breadwinner. Okay.
Hmm. Hmm.
Some women will sit up here and say that since I earn more than you, then I can control the relationship. I can dictate and control what we do in this relationship. You don't have no say so in the matter.
Well then, well, that is emasculating because that's a man's job. So I understand that. Okay, I understand that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's that's why I say that men do not care about women even being the breadwinner. Like case in point, my personal situation, right?
Hmm.
My wife, she's the one breadwinner of our family. And I don't
Hmm.
care. I don't care about her being a breadwinner. In fact, I believe that it's a blessing that she is currently the current breadwinner in our family,
Hmm.
because she is fulfilling her role as a Proverbs 31 woman. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Which she's doing everything to be that help me
Right.
for the family. So
Right.
there's no issue behind it. But one caveat behind that is that
Hmm.
she never, ever, ever
Hmm.
do things to emasculate me or belittle me to make it seem like that since she make more money than me, that I need to like quote unquote step up my game or
Hmm.
make more money
Hmm.
or meet her or anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Um, you might grill me on this one, but I did say like I was in a situation where I was making considerably more
Mm-hmm.
than the guy that I was with. Um, and I I wasn't like talking about my career or all like that. But it's like he wanted to humble me, like he wanted to like chip away at my confidence. He did get physically aggressive with me. Trigger warning, sorry. But and I don't know, just like sometimes it's like I don't know, that made me feel like okay, I'm not going to talk at length about what I do. Like if I go out on a date, like I'm just going to talk to the guy about what he does. Well, I'm not going to talk that much about what I do because
Mm-hmm.
maybe they don't want to hear what I do.
So my question that I want to ask, and I don't want to go too much deep into your situation, but the question I want to ask you is this: what led to him, becoming physically, mentally, and spiritually abusive to you?
Oh, I
Do
didn't
you
even say
remember that the
spiritually.
moment?
Um, so he just became a very jealous person. He
Mm-hmm.
became a very jealous person. We never, like I said, there was a lot of times we were more friends than anything, and there was a lot of times where we would like have like 4 hour, 5 hour conversations. We had great conversations, um, but it would just be like sometimes like a switch would flip, and he would be like one time we were getting ready to go somewhere, and I went in the gas station to what did I go in the gas station to do? I don't know. Maybe I went to go get gas or pay for gas or something. And there was someone behind me, and he had said something, and I said something to him, and he saw that exchange. And when I came out, he was like fuming, and I was just like, dude, he talked to me first, and it was 2 seconds. Like, what's going on? It's like he
Mm-hmm.
just became jealous and like possessive, and I was just like, we're not even like that. Like, I don't know why you're acting like that. I've never given you cause to make you I don't know. And then what the one time where he tried to like break my finger, I had
Mm-hmm.
gone to his school to do something for him. I don't even know what I signed. I signed something for him. I don't even know what it was, but I forgot where I was parked. And I went and asked some guys that were there where I was parked, and he got upset about that. And he was like trying to break my finger. And I was like, dude, what's going on with you? Like, and then like trying to chip away at my confidence, trying to humble me. I'm like, God humbles me. I'm not no braggadocious person. Like, I'm humble. Like, you don't need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
So question: throughout the beginning stages of your relationship, did you notice certain signs or certain behavior traits that he was doing that? Um, like normally, what happens is that we're supposed to vet out each other,
Mm-hmm.
prior before entering into the relationship to make sure that you're compatible with each other.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that don't happen because people get caught up with the glam of it all. Get caught up because this dude is talking to me now, or this woman is talking to me, and we just skip over the vetting process and jump right into trying to get into a relationship, trying to sleep with each other, different things like that. So once
Oh
again,
no, I don't.
was
I
it
don't.
what was there signs showing it prior to that initial stage that he
You
was
know
that way?
what? The signs were probably from me because, like I said, when it came to him, I was thirsty.
Hmm. Yeah.
I was a thirst bucket. He was really, really cute and tall and Nigerian and,
Hmm.
well spoken and, you know, and then, I mean, one sign was like he let me pay for things and a lot of things. And it was a little irritating, but I was like, well, this has been our dynamic, so I can't change it up. But the signs, yeah, probably for me. Probably didn't vet him out as I should have. He was hot at the time. I was hot. I thought we looked good together.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah. So probably more for me. Probably more on my part. I should have not been a thirst bucket. To be
So
honest, though.
so Senna, most tethered Nigerians, right? They have a certain tradition that they abide by, no matter
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
And that tradition is that they are the
Yeah.
breadwinner, they
Yeah.
are the authoritarian figure
Mm-hmm.
and all this stuff there, and they're very
Mm-hmm.
very aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Hence, if you
He's
look at
American born, though. He's American
yeah,
born, and he was younger than me.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, so even even then and stuff, right? They'll come over into this country, but
Mm-hmm.
their culture will still remain the same.
Yeah.
They have this traditional value where they're
Mm-hmm.
aggressive. Matter of fact, if you look at the interaction with Nigerians with with their women, right? You could
Mm-hmm.
see that even their women are aggressive with them too.
That's
But that's
true.
part of that culture. So you have a man who's you coming into this American culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's been taught Nigerian culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now he's meeting an American woman, and so now he's resembling that type of behavior towards you, which to him it seems normal, but to you it's not normal. It's abusive. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I
What's
was
abusive?
the things that he did to you, the physical things that
Oh,
he
okay.
did,
Okay.
and the verbal part that he did too. What you was talking
Okay.
about?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. 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 I have. Okay. So, like, okay. me when I talk about dating, I talk about it in the old fashioned sense. Like if I'm
Mm-hmm.
dating you, I'm not sleeping with you at all, right? Dating in the old fashioned sense. So I've dated a lot of Nigerian men, and yeah, even if they made less money than me, they they were very they didn't care. Like if we go out, they're paying for. Like they're very chivalrous, and
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm and I don't know. Now I only date. I only am interested in like um, Black Americans. My parents are from the Caribbean,
Mm-hmm.
and that too. The man's the breadwinner. Most of the time, the mother doesn't work. She takes care of the kids. Caribbean men, I guess, like all men, are known to cheat, so sometimes they got to take care of the outside baby. But it's a male dominated culture, and so it's really similar to Nigerian, except like no Caribbean man is gonna sit there and let a woman talk to him crazy. It ain't gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
You ain't gonna
Now,
be rough with you are not gonna be rough with no Caribbean man. I'm sorry.
now I want to make this clear to you that
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with having preferences. Okay.
Okay.
But within the preferences, you always have to vet out the type of men too and their characteristics, because one thing about it is that behavior will not change, you know what I'm saying, unless that particular individual wants to change their behavior for
Hmm.
themselves.
Hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's, once again, that's what we end up making the mistake on, is that instead of us going through that whole vetting process and
Hmm.
being creating boundaries and all these different things that's important in relationships, we
Hmm.
tend to just look at how the person make you feel, look at how the way the person is going to treat you, look at the
Hmm.
things that they're doing for you. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And both men and women do this typically. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But we
Right.
got to stop that.
Yeah.
That's why we in the situations that we're in right now, where
Right.
relationships is toxic,
Yeah.
and there's a thing going on right now that is some gender war thing where it's
Yeah.
man against women,
Right.
all kind of stuff that's going on, all
Right.
because of we making poor decisions.
Right. Right. But I admit to my poor decisions. So let me ask you something. Let's go back a little bit, okay? Because this is my channel. We're gonna talk about her mentioning that hey, Queen Scored. Let me just read. Janice said, "If I feel no matter your occupation, if a person wants to cheat, they will. I feel if you want to cheat or feel a need, just separate or let go of your partner." And Urban said that too. You should have some kind of restraint. Janice says, "My family are from the islands, and I hear different stories on why people cheat, and it's crazy." Why do you what is the significance of, okay, going back to the clip? I forgot that you said that he dated white girls. So what do you think that how do you think that affected I don't know if I'm asking the question correctly, but she said it, and what do you think, like, okay, he's cheating on her with white girls. What do you think about that? Only white girls. What do you think about that? Or is that a non-factor?
Oh no, it's definitely a factor, and this is the
Um,
reason why she said that. She said that because she wants to have the sympathy and also have the audience to show that she's the victim of the whole entire situation. Let's keep it real,
Interesting.
because if that be the case, she didn't have to mention about race. She could have
Hmm.
simply said that he cheated on me with multiple women. That
Right,
was sufficient enough.
right.
But
Because he
since
didn't
she was
mention
in,
race. He
yeah,
didn't mention race.
since she was in the art, well, since they was in the audience of black people,
Hmm.
it was mentioned that way.
But then, do you see the panel kind of be like, oh my gosh, like when she said it, everybody was like, oh my gosh, they were in an uproar.
Yeah, exactly, because that's what they was looking for. They was
That's
looking
what
for
she
that
was
type of
looking for.
reaction. Yeah, correct.
What she was looking for.
Hmm.
Okay, 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 okay,
And
okay.
what I also find interesting about this particular situation, since we're talking about race, right? I find it interesting that
Hmm.
it always become an uproar or something wrong when it be a black man dating outside this race. But when it
Mhm.
be in reverse, right? When it be a black woman dating a white man, there's
Mhm.
no uproar. They actually, condone it. They actually give her the high five and everything. Girl, you living the life and all kind of stuff.
Urban, you're not going to believe me. My best friend, right? My best guy friend, he dates white girls, and he will even say, "I go looking for girls for him."
Hmm.
You're probably not going to believe me, but maybe it's just me. Okay, I don't care if you date outside of your race. Like, I don't care. It doesn't bother me at all. To me, there's never going to be a shortage of black men for black women. Most black men want to be with black women. I know a lot of black men have been in interracial relationships and they cheat with black women. Um, I don't think most black women really care about black men being with white women. Now you're
Hmm.
gonna see it, but I think the majority of us don't care. Like, love is love. Like, you can't help who you love, and even with like white men with black women, I do think that because we've introduced, well, not we, because the man has introduced all these pills, purple, yellow, red pills into, um, and I feel like the black community swallows those pills more than any other community,
Hmm.
which is dumb. It makes us look like, we're so conquered in our mind, it's unbelievable. I do see a lot of black men who have a problem with black women being with white men, but I do, because I feel like all this pink pill stuff and black women like encouraging other black women to only date white men. I do think that there is a problem there, and there is like a high five there. Like, yes, girl, you got you a white man, but it's like, but what did you really get? Because at the end of the day, if you look at the news, just because you got a white man, it don't mean like nothing can go down. I'm watching the news and it's not looking too good.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't. You might disagree with me. I like, if I see a black guy with a white woman, I'm just like, okay, that's cool. They got kids. Love is love.
Hmm.
Who am I to say who you can be with, or who am I to have a judgment on who you're with? That's the person you love. Be with her. Yeah,
So, yeah, so we share the same sentiment because personally speaking, I don't care about, what race or person that you be with, you know what I'm saying?
absolutely,
Love, just like you say, love is love, you know what I'm saying? All it
absolutely.
is really a gender, you know what I'm saying, that you're
Hmm.
loving unless, you're dating the same sex gender, whatever. But that's another
Even
conversation at a time.
even in the same sex gender,
Hmm.
they have the same sentiment sometimes. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
So, but however, just because me and you share that same ideology about that, other people don't. Um, like for example, the foundational Black Americans, they will totally disagree with what we're saying.
Mm,
They'll say this. They'll say that they believe that you should stay dating your said assigned race. Now, to be honest with you, not only foundational Black Americans agree with this sentiment, right? But
okay.
also there are people with other races, like there are like you stated earlier, right? There are traditional Africans that believe that they should date within their same race.
Right.
Okay,
Hmm.
there are white people who believe that you should date within their same race too.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Now,
Hmm.
even though they believe in these concepts and these principles, that doesn't necessarily make it mean that it's wrong. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's based
Hmm.
on preferences. It's based on
Okay.
preferences, based on tradition. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
But the problem that we having with that is when people start comparing and contrasting with this, start saying that, well, my belief is better than your belief. When you need to
Right.
get on board with this particular belief. If you're not
Right.
on board with this particular belief or
Hmm.
ideology, then
Hmm.
guess what? You're betraying the race. I have been told several times by foundational Black Americans that
Hmm.
since I don't agree with them about dating within the race, then I'm not black at all. Period. You know what I'm saying? I'm a tether myself and all kind of weird stuff.
Yeah, that is weird.
But at the
That
end
is
of the day,
weird.
that is how the way people are. You know what I'm saying? And we just have to accept these differences for what it is, and just be able to move and navigate through them. This is what
Hmm.
it is.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, also, going back to one earlier about that and stuff, right? About dating, black and white and stuff like that.
Hmm.
That like I say, at the end of the day, I don't, it don't matter to me. I don't trip about stuff like that at
Yeah.
all. You know what I'm saying? Unless people try to throw it as a flex. You know
Right,
what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Like what
right,
some people do. Men and women do this,
right.
where they
Yeah.
try to throw it as a flex. Like, yeah, I'm
Right,
dating this white man, or I'm dating
right.
this white woman, and she's better than a black man,
Hmm.
or a black woman, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right, right. Hey Naina, shalom, happy Tuesday. Okay, so what do you think about that guy who stood up while the woman was there next to her husband and got her number, and she gave her number to the guy in front of her husband? What do you think about that?
I thought that dude is a sucker and a simp. It just is what it is.
You
If we
okay?
talking about if we talking about in the literal sense, yeah, I think that dude is a sucker and a simp.
Yeah, I thought that was really goofy and corny of him. Like
Hmm.
corny. So maybe, hopefully, he's one of them actors because him doing that, I was just like, you look crazy.
Yeah, because like when I was looking at the whole entire clip, it just
Hmm.
seemed just so staged to me. Because what person in a right mind will literally pay to go to this event? Because they got to pay to go to them tonight conversation events,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
So what person in a right mind would pay money to go to this event,
Hmm.
knowing good and well that your significant other
Is
is going
there.
to this event as
Right,
well too,
right,
just so you could get up on stage, randomly get picked, right?
right,
Which is
right,
really not randomly, right? Get
right.
picked,
Hmm.
say this certain situation, right? And your
Hmm.
significant other is
It's
there.
right
Why you
there.
saying that?
I never thought about that, but now that you're saying that, I'm like, it makes too much sense right now. Because I'm just like, sometimes like, why are you saying that? And that person is right there. And then
Mm-hmm.
then they're like, oh yeah, he's here or she's here. And it's like, oh my goodness, everybody's in an uproar. Do you think the crowd is in it on it too? They got to be making money somehow. So the
Yeah,
crowd can't.
I believe that there some audience or paid actors too. There are people who literally pay for the event, but they got some audience there out there that's paid or you pay actors too. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I don't know if you didn't pick up on this, but I'll be looking at things, very, very critically and stuff,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
Did you pick up on the body language with them?
With the husband and the wife.
Yeah, all three of them. The body language of the husband, the wife, and the some dude that came up there.
The husband and wife gets kind of disjointed, like they didn't really know each other. And then the simp, I don't know. I don't know. He looked goofy to me, just goofy. I just thought it was stupid that he did that.
Hmm. So I want you to think about this, Senna.
Hmm.
Now, if that were to like happen to you,
Hmm.
you will have a totally different reaction. You'll have a reaction where you're shocked, or you're like, "Damn, I didn't know this dude was even here." Or if you sitting in the audience and you just so happen to see him stand up, he's saying something about it, you'll feel shocked. You're like, "What the hell was he doing?"
Yeah,
You
that's
know what
what
I'm
you're
saying? You'll
right.
feel some type of way, and
Yeah.
then based on normal behavior, right?
Uh
You
huh.
wouldn't come up there all nice and catty like she was doing and stuff, right? Came up there and cussed that dude out. Like, why
No,
you
I don't
sitting
do
up here
that.
put why
I
you
ain't
sitting
rah
up here
rah
putting
like
our
that.
business on the street? I'm just saying in general, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah. Yeah,
A
I
person
agree.
would come up there, they were like, why you sitting up here putting our business out on the street
Right,
like that? Blah blah blah, and
right.
just go in, you know what I mean? But they didn't do that. They were just
Or I
so
wouldn't even like if they were like,
normal.
"Where's your wife?" I wouldn't even go up there. Like I would be too embarrassed. Like, dang.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
interesting. That's so interesting. Maybe that's why, like, so the dark skinned girl, like when I watch the show, I like her the advice that she gives. Now that I know this, like it's me, I feel played. Like I really feel
Yeah, yeah,
played.
Kitty.
Okay,
Yeah,
what's your
Kitty,
thoughts about Kitty?
she's married.
Yeah, that's why I said she's married. So what are your thoughts about her?
Oh, I really don't have much thoughts about Kitty. The one thing I know that she's married. I know that she have a lot of traditional Christian values
She
that
does.
she often share
She
on these
does.
conversations. So
And then the guy with the gap. he has like some controversy
Yeah,
earlier where
yeah,
like
ace metaphor. That
yeah.
controversy, like I believe, like almost like a year ago. Matter of fact, I did one live talking about it.
Okay, I'll check it out. Now let me ask you something because I talked about it. I was doing a little bit of rambling. Okay, so when it comes to okay, Instagram, right? And like guys like Derek Jackson, right?
Hmm.
Um, and I don't know, so okay, with me personally, I just have to keep it real, keep a thing a thing. When I come across like men that are in my circle, men that are in my tribe, like I'm always like, listen, you want to make money, you got to pander to the black women because we have money and we will spend it. And if you are any kind of attractive and you saying what you got to say, we will buy what you're selling.
Hmm.
I always tell them that because I say it in front of everybody, because I feel like it's true, and I also feel like there's this guy on YouTube. His name is Blame It on Quay.
Hmm.
He's
Yeah, I heard
very
about him.
popular.
Hmm.
When I started watching him, like he had a lot of fans, but he is just blown up. And it's actually a white guy who does like cosplaying ghetto black women. And I feel like once a black man starts cosplaying ghetto black women, your net worth increases. You get all this support. Like everybody thinks it's funny. What do you think about? Do you think it's cool that I tell my black male friends like pander to black women, and what do you think about this is kind of going off course, but what do you think about like blaming on Quay or all these black men like who wear wigs and dresses and stuff and act like ghetto black women? What do you think about that? If you don't want to share, it's okay, but I just
Oh no, no fine, no fine. Sure, sure.
okay.
But we talk about it. So how the way I believe is this. I believe that not just black women but women in general
Okay.
are the biggest consumers.
Okay.
Okay.
Mhm.
So with that being said, if you could come up with any type of product, right, that's gonna be
Mhm.
beneficial to the woman, she
Mhm.
is going to purchase it.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, also with that being said, one of the biggest markets that are out there right now for women to purchase and be a consumer is
Mhm.
drama. So,
Urban.
say I'm lying.
Urban. Don't call me out, Urban.
No, I'm just saying in
Because
general.
I've
This
been in
how
the
the
because you know what I've been in listen Urban, listen, I've been in chats where I'm just like I'm trying to like defend the content creator, and I know why you're frustrated. Like I know why you're frustrated. I know. Like I know that you're like, listen, you can't you in order for somebody to have power over you, you have to give them the power. Ooh, Queen Scorp said, "Urban, you got drama too," but
yeah.
you have to give them the power. And I understand, like I understand that when it comes to certain people, like you said things, and I know that you said things out of like a big brother way, and because you care. And I think your frustration was because you care. You cared about certain people, and I have
Hmm.
heard you say to a multiple women that you see something in them and you want them to tap into that potential instead of drama. Now, do I agree with you that drama is a big thing? I have to. I can't disagree with you. I can't. You have women who are going on a show to beat up on each other and they're getting paid six figures a month.
Hmm. And
Any basketball wives, all that stuff. Like they're making so much money.
yep,
Even
yeah,
on
exactly.
YouTube, if you have drama going on YouTube, that people are going to come. Even if people don't like you, let me tell you something. Even if people don't like you but they know what you're saying is true, you're gonna get a cash app. They're gonna be like, "Don't tell nobody," but you'll get a cash app. So
Hmm.
you'll make money on YouTube. Drama sell. It will ruin your platform because I said yesterday, like I came out and I did something that was not very becoming of me when I defended myself when I didn't have to, and I lost some good people, people that I respect. that were like, do not, hey, the cynical one, good morning, shalom, happy Tuesday, that were like, you don't have to defend yourself. Even no matter what somebody says about you, you don't have to defend yourself. And I lost people. So drama sells, you will make your money, but after, when you're done, the people that were in your chat, they're either going to turn on you and eat you up, and that's going to happen, or everybody's going to leave. But I agree with you 1,000%. I can't not, because it is what it is. It's black. It's not even black and white. It's technicolor that drama sells. Yep.
So I want you to notice and understand
Mm-hmm.
everything you just said a few moments ago, and I want you to go back
Uh-huh.
and hear what I said.
Okay.
Now, when I said drama, right,
Mm-hmm.
did I mention about negative drama, or did I mention drama in general?
Drama in general.
Correct. So
Hmm.
it's interesting that when you mention about drama,
Mm-hmm.
it automatically has a negative connotation, especially on
Yeah.
social media. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
We're preferably talking about how drama sells. Period.
Mm-hmm.
There could be positive drama, but there
What's
could also
positive
be
drama?
negative drama as well too. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point of the matter is that it's drama. Period. All
What is
right.
positive drama?
Positive drama could be anything. Like say for case of point with you mentioned about Derek Jackson earlier and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
How the way he's pandering to women. Now, when you look at it, at a broader sense, right? The things that he's doing is, in a way, it's not technically hurting women. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's giving women what they want, which is you got this big strong dude telling them what they want to hear, but at the end of the day, it's not hurting them. You know what I'm saying? So that could be considered as positive drama. You know what I mean? Or you have certain content creators or whatever
Mm-hmm.
where they do inspirational things, right? You
Mm-hmm.
have some who talk about the Bible or whatever that could consider as positive drama, or
Why we're
even
talking about the Bible be positive drama?
it. I mean, it could be. It'd be positive drama depending on how the way you interpret it. You know what I'm saying? Now,
Oh,
now it
okay.
just depends on people religious belief. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Even
okay. Okay.
even
Yeah.
case in point, like Scorpio and stuff, right? She's mentioned earlier about me, like, yeah, you do drama. Yeah, absolutely, I do, because I know that drama sells. You know what I'm saying? Even on my channel, when I post certain things, certain shorts on my channel, I have conversations going on my community walls and stuff, right? It's drama.
It
Absolutely
is.
is, because I know that
It is.
drama works. And
Yep.
and
It
here's the
does.
and here's another interesting part about this is that on my particular channel, right, 95% of my audience now is men. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the men are literally gravitating towards this certain type of drama that I'm putting out there, regardless if it's stuff that I'm posting positive, which I do, or it could be something where I'm posting about weird stuff. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, it's drama. Period. Drama sells. Longest we have the product drama, it is always going to sell no matter what. And to be honest with y'all, just you know, the ones who are doing this YouTube thing for real now, I don't hear just be doing it, but literally doing it because you want to make money.
Mm-hmm.
If your niche do not have any type of drama tethered into it,
Mm-hmm.
9 times out of 10, your channel is not going to go nowhere. It's
Hmm.
not going to go nowhere.
Hmm.
To be honest, because that's how the way it works.
Dang. Hmm. Okay. 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 So let me while I got you up here, I gotta go. I gotta go in maybe 15, 20 minutes.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah, you
while I got
good.
okay. What did you think about corporate mama? Say you get on her damn nerves. Yes, we like positive vibes, and some might like it. Okay, so what do we all listen? We love Scorpio Mama. What do you think about Pastor Jamal Bryant's? What do you think about his wife's dress?
I just did the show on there last night. A matter of fact, yeah, you got to check it out. And matter of
Okay.
fact, I was doing some video edits because I'm adding additional context to that today. I'm gonna drop that. Actually, I'm dropping two premieres today based on this very thing that you're asking, because I believe Ricky Smiley has some stuff to say about the
Hmm.
dress too. So I'm gonna do a quick reaction video on that as a premiere, and I'm doing another quick reaction premiere on some other stuff that Jamal Brown said. But to answer your question about the dress, now,
Scorpio
based
Mama said that dress was a walk of shame. Go ahead.
now, so based on Christian ideology and Christian principles, right? The
Hmm.
dress that she wore to that gala was inappropriate for a first lady. Period.
Hmm.
No
Hmm.
way around that.
Hmm.
They he tried to mention saying that well, it's just the material that make it look that way, but it's the whole point that you
Yeah.
literally chose a dress with this type of material to make it seem like her skin is
Hmm.
showing this revealing.
Hmm.
That's very inappropriate for a first lady.
Hmm.
Now, I can understand if it was like, just a regular celebrity like Meg Thee Stallion or Cardi B and them, because this is what they known to do. But
Oh,
they,
they're not gonna wear that
but
dress. They're gonna be more naked than that.
but
Yeah. Go
but
ahead.
that's who they are. They're not cosplaying because that's who they are. But Carrie literally set up her cosplaying to be something that she really ain't, or trying to portray to be something that she really ain't. You know what I'm saying?
So this is the thing, right? Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I really love that dress. I
Every woman
really,
say that.
I
Every woman say that.
really love that dress. The thing that okay, and and let me tell you something. I'm not gonna mention this person. Like, I was, because I don't mess with this person anymore. But it was like one day I was like in somebody's chat. It was just me and this person, and it was like they were talking about something just totally different, and I got convicted, and like I started like deleting some of my pictures, and even praying to the Lord, I need to be a little bit more modest and stuff like that.
Hmm.
Because the guys that I've dated have liked like the Vava Zoom, but like I would wear that like if the dress was like my favorite color is purple. Like if the dress was purple and it wasn't like and if the top wasn't like see-through material, like I would totally wear that dress somewhere. Like I really do like the dress like that. But I do not think that the whole illusion of being nude. I just think that that was really weird. And then her posing and stuff like that, I was like, oh, that's a bit much. And then when somebody had said, like, if somebody comes to church and they see somebody who's supposed to be a leader looking like they're half naked, that they might cause that person to stumble. And that's what like really opened my eyes. I was like, yeah, I didn't even think about it that way. Like I saw that dress, I thought it was cute. I didn't like the top part because no, what are you doing? Like where are you going? You're going to an event, like that's not appropriate. But
Hmm.
okay, so y'all got to go to Urban and check out his check out his live. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay, so you got more men in your life. That's interesting.
Yeah,
That's
because
interesting.
I wanted the Urban Lounge podcast to be more men empowering than anything, because I believe that men need more spaces like this too, where they could just come and we could just I could post certain content where I could just kind of pick their brains and show them certain things that are happening outside in the world so they can make better choices in life.
So,
Be,
so you
be,
mean men empowering other men?
yeah, correct.
Okay, so is it men? So, okay, so I think that you created a channel where some of the things that you say are going to cause reactions and
Hmm.
strong reactions too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what am I going to say? I'm sorry. I'm getting older, and sometimes I start talking, I forget what I'm saying. Okay, men empowerment. Okay, so it's men empowering. You say men empowering to make better decisions. Um, as far as because like sometimes it's like it could look like female bashing,
Hmm.
and I really do
Understandable.
have a problem. I really do. Like it's hard for me. Like I am a lover girl. Like in a relationship, like if you my man, like I only see you. Like I'm laser focused on you. I want you to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in and it's hard for me. I'm 44. I'm childless. By the time I finish my journey, I definitely don't date because I don't feel like I'm in the best headspace to date. I'm on a healing journey. But when I have dated before, it's very, very, very annoying because I feel like people are rushing into relationships just to be in a relationship, and then they have all these side chicks, and then everybody's bragging about, oh, my side chick. Then it's like the women's like, that's not his side chick, we're having threesomes and stuff like that. Like dating, like relationships have just gone down for me. So it's like, and then there's a lot of like, okay, we're bashing men. Men are like this. We're bashing them. We're bashing women. And it's just like, why can't we not bash each other and just come together and actually admit that we all want love?
Mm-hmm.
Admit it. Like I want love. Like I want my heart to be safe with whoever I am. I want to come home and I'll do all the womanly thing. I want my man to, I want a man who comes, takes my car and gets, fixes my car and stuff like that. Like it's hard being single sometimes. Like I had a hornet in my house the other day. I didn't want to kill it. So I had to shoo it out by myself. I was like, if I had a man, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's hard because you don't want to have your guard up, but it's like, is this person like really like want love, or they just want to be in a relationship to say you're in a relationship, then you got your side pieces or whatever. Like I mean, I guess you guys talk more about not more about stuff in relationships because it is important, and I do think that men need spaces, and I think men need spaces to be vulnerable and not be called sassy, and just for showing. Hey SBK, what's up? Shalom, happy Tuesday. Um, for being for I think I don't think like a man that cries. I don't think he's sassy or
Mm-hmm.
there's this thing where you're not men are not animals. You know what I mean? Like you guys are not animals. You're allowed to have emotions and feelings, and I do feel like that there are a lot of women that probably will say like a man is sassy for showing emotion, but I don't feel like that. Like I feel like if you're not letting it out, then you're bottling it up, and then what happens when you bottle it up?
Mm-hmm.
As a woman, I should be a safe space for my man. I don't know. That's just something I was thinking. But what do you guys talk about?
So before I answer all that, let me ask this question to you. How much do you know about the red pill content? How much do you know about this in general?
My my honest opinion about all these pills is that
No, not all of them. This
oh,
this red pill in particular.
what do I know about the red pill?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if I were to boil it down, I feel like that it's just okay. Well, we're gonna bash women. Just like I feel like the women who bash men, it's at the end of the day, we're just gonna bash men. We don't. You don't. You want a man. You want a man. Stop acting like you don't. So I don't know. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I spent the whole entire year in 2025 talking about red pill content, and
Hmm.
prior before that, I actually studied about red pill content. So that's why I developed the talking points that I have as of
I've seen your
today.
shows. I've seen your shows. I might not
So
drop in all the time, but I've seen your shows. Yeah.
so, well, with that being said, I noticed this. I noticed that the whole red pill philosophy has
Hmm.
been infiltrated by certain archetype of men who have made poor dating decisions. Okay, so if you go back to the original foundation of red pill philosophy, what it
Hmm.
simply is talking about is this: it is giving men the option or the choice to choose to do better in their life, to make better decisions. That's ultimately what it's always been about, because at the end of the day, men, we do make poor dating decisions. What we end up typically do is that instead of us, like I was telling you earlier,
Interesting.
vet out each other, vet
Hmm.
out how the way the woman is, right? Instead of us doing that, we
Hmm.
look at the woman beauty, and immediately, instead of us thinking with our brain, we think with a small brain and we end up getting with this woman, and next thing you know, we get the woman pregnant. We end up
Yeah.
having kids with this woman.
Right.
Some of us be in marriages where we unhappy
Right.
because we end up nutting up in this woman. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That we didn't
Right.
want to be with, and all kind of weird stuff based on poor decision making.
Right.
That's basically the philosophy of the red pill. Is for us to make better decision making as men, because we understand that we do value, and we understand that we do need women, if you know what I'm saying, to procreate with and to coexist together. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
But once again, what end up happening is that it, just like anything that happens in this world, things be infiltrated, like religion. You know what I'm saying? Same thing, religion. You know what I'm saying? The whole foundation of religion was for us to have a spirituality, you know, with the Most High God.
Mm-hmm.
But it got infiltrated with other ideologies where it have all these splinter cell beliefs, and it goes all the way down, and now it's kind of screwed up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing with the red pill philosophy. It just got screwed up where it just have these splinter cells. That's where you have all these additional pills that been born. You know, these blue pills, purple pills, pink pills, right? You have passport bros, all kind of stuff that these men.
What do you think of? What do you think about
infiltrated.
passport bros?
Oh yeah, I get into all that. I'll explain that. But at the end of the day, they end up losing sight on the original foundation about what the red pill philosophy really means.
Okay.
So since I discovered the problem, now this year, that's what I'm covering, talking about more than anything, is getting these men back into the original foundation of what red pill ideology really means. You know what I'm saying? The philosophy really means, and getting them back to that, getting them out of this mindset of blaming women, you know what I'm saying, due to the choices that they made when at the end of the day, they're the one who chose these women. They chose to sleep with these women. They chose to do all this weird stuff with these women. So they need to be held to a higher accountability for their choices and decisions. Okay.
So
Now, you was asked about the passport bros, right?
yeah.
So my perspective about the passport bros is this. Now, I do not have no problem with men going out into other countries looking for a wife. In fact, I encourage it, you know what I'm saying? Because you shouldn't limit your space within just one country to find a wife. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You should go travel all over the world.
Yeah,
Maybe
you
your
should be
wife is
traveling
existing
for sure,
all over the world. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's nothing wrong with doing that. But however, like I stated earlier, right, you have certain type of men who infiltrated the belief and make it be more than what it is. Instead of them being passport bros for the, you know, going down and looking for a wife, they're being passport bros so they could be a 3 or 4 in another country because they're not getting play in America. Now, I don't agree with that at all, period.
Or like you know, I want to tell these men, like, you need to be careful, because some of these women, they have boyfriends. Some of these women, they're gonna kill you and just take your money. I mean, they know.
There been situations that happen.
Yeah, and so it's scary because it's like you're playing with your life. You know, not everybody, but it's like y'all got to be careful because you know you can be set up real quick, and it's happened. So you know, I want to ask another question. God.
But yeah, in hindsight, I don't believe in all this stuff. I don't believe in the whole concept about the pickup artists, right? I don't know if you heard about that, but that's
what?
part of pickup artists.
Pickup orders?
Pickup artists.
What does that mean?
So basically, what the pickup artist is they are similar to you're familiar with well, I was gonna say Kevin Samuels, but I take it further back. You mentioned about Derek Jackson earlier, right? Derek Jackson is considered as a pickup artist. Okay. Due to how the way he's able to pander with women, you know what I'm saying? Basically give women what they want. You know what I'm saying? So in the original Red Pill philosophy of stuff, right? Red Pill was teaching that it is okay for you to have a gift of gab, you know what I'm saying? Because you have to be able to conversate with the type of woman that you desire, right? Nothing wrong with that. You can't be afraid to talk to women. You know what I'm saying? But once again, that teaching has been infiltrated to where you get men now where they literally doing it, where we call them being simps and stuff, right? Where they literally doing this, they being simp, they send up here overly pandering to these women, presenting themselves with us money only and smashing these women, then lying to them, saying that you want to be in a relationship with them, but in reality you really don't want to be in a relationship with them. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Mhm. Okay. Um, okay. What was my question? I have another question. It was good.
No, you good. Keep the questions coming.
Oh, okay, okay. So I like, when I started out this live, I said that, if I were to go on a date or whatever, I wouldn't talk about my career that much. But okay, well, you said that men don't care.
Hmm.
So that, I guess, that changes my question, because I was like, I don't know. It's like, okay, men don't want a woman who makes more money than them, but then they don't want, like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like men want, like, a broke gold digger. Like,
Hmm.
they say they want this, they want that, they want these values, and then at the end of the day, like, they end up, especially if they get money, they end up with like a broke gold digger, and that she's a gold digger. So, like, what is that all about?
So there are different types of men that are out there. You know what I'm saying? There are men who are average. Then there are men who are considered as high value. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
When we consider a high value, that means that they're high value. With their finances, they're high value with their social economical status and different things like that, and
Hmm.
also they're like really well known. You know what I mean? These type of men fall into the category of celebrities,
Hmm.
athletes,
Hmm.
different people like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So these particular men, they be the ones who be going after, the IG models and different things like that, because since they believe they're high value and they believe they got a name for themselves and
Hmm.
people know them, right?
Hmm.
They go after these type of women for the image, to continue to
But
portray the image.
okay, okay, so these men are like dating in the same, like, cesspool. Like, not it's not like one of these men dates, like, this girl. It's like there's these girls that are out there that, like, after one. Hey, Drip King, Shalom, happy Tuesday. It's like they all date the same girl.
Yeah, that's true. Because the same type of girls or the same type of IG models or whatever you want to call them, pickup girls, whatever you want to call them, right? They all are in the same inner circles. All right. All of
Mhm.
them are. So yeah, we would call them being passed around. We got another
Yeah,
name for
passed
that.
around. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, pass arounds and stuff. And we
Mhm.
got another name. We call them birds and different things like that.
Ooh, not birds.
Yeah, we call them birds and different things like that. And there are different tiers of birds, but I'm not going to get into all that because I have to break down and explain it to you. But we call them different tiers of birds, like pigeons, pterodactyls, and different things like that. But
Oh,
that's
okay.
another show for another time. But
Okay.
yeah, these women they exist in these circles where these women use to be honest with you, they use predatory behavior where they'll
Mhm.
go to the areas where these high value men is at, typically, either at sporting events or at um certain type of like galas, you know what I'm saying, right?
Mhm.
Where high value men would be at, or certain other events as well too, like at clubs, lounges, or whatever and
Yeah.
stuff, right? And they'll pull
Yeah.
up at these events, and they'll be predators, and they present themselves like that, and they'll get passed around. As long as they're making money, they get passed around. It's a matter of
And
fact,
then the guys don't
there are
care
women on
about
IG.
their.
Yeah, matter of fact, Senator, there are women on IG. If you dig deep and go on IG, right, there are women on IG who literally talk about this, talk about that. Yeah, I'm gonna pass around. I do this now. I be getting that money, blah blah blah, and they don't be lying. They literally do. They be doing that
um,
for real. Oh, what you saying? I'm
but
sorry.
as a man, wouldn't you care about your sexual health, STDs, HIV?
So if they are a high value man, They believe that their money is going to protect them, so no, they're not going to care.
They believe what?
Since they're high value men, they believe that their money is going to protect them, so they don't care about that.
That's interesting. That's
But
interesting.
what's even more interesting, Sinner, is that normal average man like myself, we look at that as a
Hmm.
flex. Like, yeah, they doing this and that and that and that. Then I got to do the same exact thing when that's not true. You know what I'm saying? If you're just a
Hmm.
normal average man who's either a blue collar or white collar worker, you shouldn't even be trying to go after these women that are period because let's be honest, you can't even afford them. You
Right.
can't.
Right.
So just don't do it.
Right. Hey, a brilliant, beautiful sis. Shalom. Happy Tuesday. Okay, well, I gotta go.
Well, I
I gotta
appreciate you
go.
inviting me up on. This was a really, really good conversation. Shout out to everyone in the
Anytime.
chat.
I'll be in your chat, but I'll be in the bushes. I don't want to get ate up.
No, you good. All right, there. Y'all have a great and wonderful Tuesday.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. All right. So, you guys, I gotta go. I gotta go to the diet clinic. Wish me luck. Bye.